Welcome back to Pachehra Talks, and today, in continuation with Azure DevOps, we are going to explore boards. Azure DevOps boards. All right, so what is Azure DevOps boards? Let's start with the very basic. Well, it's a project management tool, or you could also say work tracking tool that is a part of Azure DevOps suite that we covered in the previous video. It offers teams a way to plan, track, and discuss work across their software development projects. Think of it as an interactive digital whiteboard where you can visualize your project's progress using boards, backlogs, and various tracking features. So this is what the boards is. Now let's try to understand the different objects and features that it offers so that we could understand how it is helping us or what challenges this board is solving. So let's start with the next slide. So we have work items. We need to track individual piece of work like features in a web application, user stories, tasks, bugs that comprise your project. This whole piece is work items. All those things are work items. So if I am calling something a work item, you could easily understand it is one of those things. Could be feature, could be user stories, could be tasks, could be bugs, which actually comprise your project in Azure boards. A software team can create user stories to represent customer requirements, tasks for detailed work steps, and bugs to track issues that need resolution, and all of them are work items. Okay, now boards. Visualize work items as cards in a Kanban style board, allowing for easy organization and status updates. A development team uses board to visualize the workflow of user stories, moving them from to do to in progress and then to done as work progresses. Backlogs. Backlog maintain a prioritized list of work items, helping with sprint planning and product backlog management. We can understand this with an example like a product owner maintains a product backlog in Azure boards, regularly refining and prioritizing work items for future sprints. Then sprints. Sprints plan and track work for a set period, typically 2 to 4 weeks, with sprint planning tools. At the start of each sprint, a team selects user stories from the backlog, assigning tasks to team members and tracking progress in the sprint view. We can create custom dashboard to display various widgets that provide insights into our projects, just like any other dashboard. A project manager creates a dashboard displaying the burn down chart, open bugs count, and team velocity to monitor the health of the current sprint. Then we have queries. Use queries to find and list work items based on a specific criteria. And engineer queries all high priority bugs assigned to their team that are still open to determine the workload for the upcoming week. If you're finding it boring and not able to relate, please stay with me for a couple of minutes. Once we have a scenario, we can relate these things and everything will start making sense and you could easily connect the dots. Okay, so let's complete all those features because in the scenario, we're going to use it and you can easily relate the functionality. What is this and what is this for? So analytics and reporting. It generates reports and insights on various aspects of the development process. We can understand like a team lead uses the velocity report to assess the team's throughout over the past few sprints to make better future commitments. Then integrations integrate because Azure DevOps has those capabilities, integrate with other Azure DevOps services like repos, pipelines, and test plans, as well as external tools. Uh, Team integrates Azure boards with Git repositories in Azure repos, linking commits and pull requests to the work items. This is some kind, you could understand this is like an automation where work items are attached and it gets integrated with the other services of Azure both suits. Azure DevOps. Then we have notifications. We can set up email notification and alerts for changes to work items. Team members receive email notifications when a work item is assigned to them or when there are changes to the items. Uh, then the customization is like customized boards, backlogs, and workflows to fit the team's processes. A team customizes their board with additional columns to reflect their unique workflow stages like code review and QA testing. Use tags to categorize work items and group them for better organization. Work items are tagged with feature names or technology stacks, allowing teams to filter and view work items associated with the specific aspects of the project. Azure Boards is flexible and adaptable, catering to the diverse needs of software development teams. Whether for Agile, Scrum, or other development methodologies, it offers tools and features to efficiently track and manage software projects. So all these things will help you to do what? Help us to track project management or work. You could simply say. All right. So how can we understand it better? As I was saying, we have a scenario. In this scenario, we'll take an example of software development team struggling with the project management because we can only understand it properly when we know why it is there, what problem it is solving, right? So let's take an scenario. Here are the challenges I wrote down, but you could easily understand the challenges once we go through the scenario. So that is a very simple scenario to understand. There is a software development team struggling with the project management. So imagine software development team at a medium-sized tech company. It would be more relevant to us working on multiple features for their flagship product, let's say. They face several challenges. What kind of challenges? Like they do not have a proper visibility of their work progress. They have difficulty in tracking who is doing what and the status of the various tasks. Team members working in silos leading to miscommunication and duplicated efforts. Over or underestimation of workloads leading to missed deadlines or idle time. Inability to quickly adjust to changing requirements or priorities. Struggling to align development work with the business priorities. So you could understand all these things is pointing towards the poor management of the work. Hence, you need something which can help you, guide you, and do your work properly. So how Azure DevOps boards address these challenges? Well, Azure boards provide Kanban boards that visually represent all the work items. The team can see the status of each task at a glance, understanding who's working on what and how tasks are progressing. Azure Board integrates with other Azure DevOps services and external tools, facilitating better collaboration. Developers, testers, and product owners can easily collaborate with changes reflected across all tools, reducing miscommunication. Boards allow teams to create and manage backlogs, plan sprints, and assign tasks effectively. The team can accurately plan workloads for each sprint, balancing capacity and ensuring timely delivery. Backlogs and boards in Azure DevOps are easily adjustable to accommodate changing requirements. So the team can quickly shift priorities in response to new business needs or feedback, ensuring they are always working on the most valuable task. Board supports portfolio management as well, aligning work items with the business goals. This ensures that the team's efforts contribute directly to the company's strategic objectives, improving overall productivity and value delivery. So, if we need to conclude this, in this scenario, Azure DevOps Boards helps the team overcome common project management challenges. It enhances visibility, improves collaboration, facilitates effective planning, provides flexibility to adapt to the changes, and ensures that the team works is aligned with the business priorities. By using Azure Boards, the team can streamline their processes, make informed decisions, and deliver high quality software efficiently. So, I'm pretty sure now it started making sense to all. People who are already aware, it will started making sense at the very beginning of the video. People who are absolutely new, they started getting into it now. So let's take a scenario again so that whatever we have learned, the challenges and the benefits and things like that, till now, whatever we have learned, we can put that in perspective. So let's plan. What are we planning? We're building a new feature in a web app. That's what we are planning. So, uh, building a new feature for a web application, it could be more or less a realistic scenario of a software development. So, the first phase would be the planning phase. So, what we need to do in that, we need to identify requirements. The product owner identifies the need for a new feature, let's say an enhanced user profile page. Then how come board helps here? Okay. All right. So the product owner creates a feature that's a work item in Azure boards to represent the high level requirements. So work item got created, feature with the high level requirement. Then these features are then added to the product backlog where they are prioritized for future sprints. So we got work with the high level requirement and you put it in the backlog so that we can prioritize as per the requirement. Then what we got to do? We got to sprint planning. The team holds a sprint planning meeting to decide which items in the backlog will be tackled in the upcoming sprint. Okay, so the selected features and user stories are assigned to the next sprint from all you have in the backlog. Out of that, that's why it's called backlog. So the team breaks down the user stories into smaller tasks and bugs and assign them to the team members. We are getting the work which is high priority and breaking it down to the smaller task and assigning it to the team members. That's what we are doing, managing it properly. Then the execution. Developers start working on their assigned task, updating the status as they progress. The team uses the Kanban board to visualize work progress, moving tasks from to do to in progress and then to done. And queries. Team leads may use queries to monitor the progress of specific work items or check the workload for team members. Queries has other benefits as well. Anyways, we are not getting into the engineering aspect of it. We're just trying to understand the boards from a very high level, from the perspective of having a conversation with a customer who wants to get into the Azure DevOps first time and who is not aware anything what all these are. So the fourth would be monitoring and monitoring. So the team holds daily stand-up meetings to discuss progress and if there is any blockers. So how board can help here? Well, the team lead uses dashboards to monitor the sprints, burn down chart and other key metrics to ensure the sprint is on track. Finally, review and feedback. It's not finally, but yes, review, because there is no final in DevOps. It's an infinite loop, right? So at the end of the sprint, the team reviews completed work with stakeholders, and work item linking will happen here. The team links the work item to the corresponding code commits, pull request, and builds in Azure repos and Azure pipelines for traceability. So whatever work is done, you see, if you see, we first gather the work, all the work, then pick the high priority, then divide it into smaller tasks, then assign the team members. Team members and team leads will keep checking the progress. Team members will keep working on it and changing the status from to do to doing to done. And once it is done, that work item can easily be linked with all the things that the team member has done, right? From code commit to pull request to build. So it is easily traceable. Now, the sixth point is sprint retrospective and continuous improvement. This is very important. This is where the loop becomes infinite, because after the sprint review, the team holds a retrospective to discuss what went well and what could be improved. Analytical and reportings will happen. The team uses tools, analytic tools in Azure boards to analyze the team's velocity and identify areas of improvement. We could also wait from the feedback from the customer and put it into a new, if you are guessing backlog, then you're correct. And put it in this improvement. Now, what will happen after this? Prepare for the next sprint. The product owner updates the backlog based on the feedback and new requirements. The product owner refine and reprioritize the backlog items in preparation for the next sprint planning session. And the same thing continues again and again and again. And hopefully it's keep on continuing, because it means our business is doing well. Anyways, in this scenario, we understood a lot of things that we have learned in the previous two slides. Azure DevOps boards provide an end-to-end solution for managing the software development lifecycle, from initial planning and backlog management to sprint execution and continuous improvement. Azure boards facilitate effective collaboration, clear communication, and efficient tracking of all the development activities. This ensured that the team stayed aligned with their goals and adapted to changes and feedback efficiently, which is the need of today's hour. So, what we gotta do? We gotta wrap up our discussion by summarizing the benefits of using Azure DevOps boards in our next slide. Okay, because till now we understand what is boards. Let me just revise it for you guys. So we understood what is Azure DevOps board first, and then all those things that it provides, and then we went through a scenario to understand how it is helping us, how it is helping us to solve the challenges by all these things. And then we went through a proper planning of a feature, how this actually works, and now what all benefits we are getting out of it. So we understand till now. It enhanced the visibility. With Azure DevOps boards, a team working on a web application can easily visualize the progress of each feature, task, and bug on the Kanban board. This visibility helps in quickly identifying bottlenecks and ensuring timely delivery. Improved collaboration. In a scenario where a team is distributed across locations, Azure boards facilitate seamless collaboration by linking work items to code commits, pull requests, and builds. It ensures that everyone is on the same page, reducing misunderstanding and errors. So it enhances and improves collaboration and communication. During sprint planning, Azure Boards allows teams to select and assign user stories and tasks for the sprint. This organized approach helps in managing workloads effectively and adhering to agile principles. When there is a sudden change in the priorities, Azure Boards enables teams to quickly reprioritize work items in the backlog, ensuring that they are always working on the most impactful task. Adaptable to change. Azure Boards helps product owners align development work with business objectives by prioritizing features and user stories that offer the highest value, ensuring that the team's efforts contribute to the overall success of the organization. Azure Boards dashboard, which is again the part of Azure Board, and reporting tools allow managers to track team velocity, sprint burndown, and other key metrics, providing insights for informed decisions making and continuous improvement. For larger organizations with complex projects, Azure boards can be a boon. You can also customize to fit different workflows, team sizes, project types, ensuring scalability and flexibility across various teams and departments. Azure boards integrate seamlessly with Azure reports, pipeline, test plan, creating a unified DevOps environment. This integration allows for end-to-end traceability from planning to deployment and maintenance. So, let's conclude the video. Azure DevOps board, we understand what it is now, how to use it now, what all are the different objects in it. So we can conclude by saying Azure DevOps board is a versatile and powerful tool that enhances the efficiency and effectiveness of software development teams by providing comprehensive features for planning, tracking, and collaborating on work. It addresses key challenges in project management and enables teams to deliver high quality software aligned with business objectives. Whether for a small startup or a large enterprise, Azure Boards offers the flexibility and functionality to meet a wide range of project management needs. With that, thank you for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day. Take care and bye bye.